All right, this is season one, episode 3 of Brujo. I forgot to hit record. That would have been bad. All right, in three, two, one, go.
Like I said, I don't mind these recaps. It's just unfortunate when you're binging it.
Yeah, that's why I said on home media. I don't know if you need this.
It should at least be optional.
Damn it, stars! You can't do anything
Although, to their credit, and probably why you can't take them out, this is one of those where the recap does segue pretty seamlessly into the actual episode.
right. That's
So it
true.
would probably cut awkwardly without it.
So just while we're watching this, I want to rant for a second. The Game Awards have just confirmed that Elden Ring's DLC is Game of the Year contender eligible. Why? Since when is DLC Game of the Year eligible? It's not a
I
game,
don't
it's
know.
DLC for an existing game. I don't care how big it is. It's so
I
dumb.
mean, to me, that sounds dumb.
It would be like if uh Resident Evil, that's like if Silent Hill got a DLC and they're like, oh, that's now eligible for Game of the Year. What? I know this year has been rough, but not that rough. Oh, I never need to see people.
No, it's pretty unpleasant.
You know you have a concussion though.
Because her head hurts. Like this is like, oh yeah, this is clearly New Zealand.
Yeah, I love this song.
Like, so I love just how much of an asshole Ash is. We don't try to sanitize him at all for the show. We talked over it, but one of my favorite exchanges in the pilot is when he tells Kelly, like, "Ah, you should thank your mom for passing down those good genes," and she's like, "My mom died six months ago," and he says, "Maybe next time just say sure." Because dropping a bomb like that on somebody you just met, it's kind of rude.
So Robert, you know what? You know
He's
what
such an
giant
asshole.
cultural and significant moment we're missing while we're watching this excellent television show?
What?
Jake Paul versus Mike Tyson.
Oh God, yeah.
I couldn't
Ever
care
we
less.
we timed this horribly. Everybody's watching that.
I've got a bunch of people in in different discords. I've been trying to watch things. I'm like, who cares? It's a young douchebag fighting a guy that should probably be in a retirement home.
Fighting an elderly man. This is one of my favorite scenes. Pablo hit the nitrous. Ash is not somebody who should have this in his car.
Do you think that gas is what they see, like when we're doing the Evil Dead POV shots?
I hope not, because I remember when I first saw this, that my reaction was, "Oh, that's kind of lame." and then we never do it again. So, maybe that's just how it looks in this episode because we're never consistent with it. And that's fine.
Yeah. So I just like to point out, not only is that car carrying a big ass trailer, it can somehow handle nitros despite being like 100 years old.
I love it.
But that's the car is kind of the big thing that reminds me of Supernatural, because that show's obviously about two brothers who live in a car, and it's almost like a character in the show. Yeah, I really hope that's not what you're like. What it's supposed to be like Army or Evil Dead 2 when he's running through the cabin.
I mean,
You know how
and
lame
we
that would
never
be.
do it again.
Yeah, I like to think Raimi saw that. I was like, don't do that.
Don't do that again. It's
Okay,
still a fun chase though.
I've been thinking about this ever since we talked about how like Raimi's really chill about like how popular this has gotten, even though it is kind of a miracle. I desperately need a sit down conversation with Sam Raimi and John Carpenter. You know how amazing that would be?
Yeah, I have no idea what they think of each other's movies. Like, I'm sure Raimi likes Carpenter stuff, but I have no idea what Carpenter thinks of
I
Raimi.
need I need Carpenter's opinion on Evil Dead 2.
Do you think Carpenter played the Evil Dead video game?
Oh god, I hope so.
Me
The
too.
funniest thing is that he loves I don't know if you saw this. Carpenter loves Horizon Zero Dawn.
Hmm.
I got a kick out of that. In hindsight, I should have known here because if she's just like Nobi's sister or daughter, he should know who that is.
Right. No, I like the ultimate reveal that she's one of the Dark Ones.
That blew my mind.
And I think that's why the season 3 Ruby stuff doesn't bother me as much because this Ruby still has an arc that has a conclusion with 2. The one we get in 3 is a different Ruby who's just a villain and it's
Yeah,
fine. Like it's not regression. It's not literally regression. It is
it's
a different version of that character.
it isn't, but it also feels like regression.
I guess I just like her as both. I think she's both fun as a bad guy and as an
If
ally.
if
I
we
like that we
had
get both
kept
of
both
them.
of them around, I don't think I'd be as annoyed because you could still have
That
the
could have been
evil
interesting.
Ruby and then the good Ruby. But we have to get rid of the good Ruby because we have to get back to status quo where she's evil.
Hmm. And then I have no idea if they would have brought her back if we did a season 4.
I don't know because I liked that she was a consistent villain, but it's like how many different things can she do?
Right. And oh my god, it's Mr. Delmar from Spider-Man Homecoming.
Holy shit! It is.
Yeah.
I
I
never put
remember
that
watch
together.
I remember watching Spider-Man like fuck, I've seen this guy before. What was it?
Oh, man, I just want to watch Homecoming.
It's a good movie.
Remember when the MCU Spider-Man started out and it was like, oh, we're finally gonna get like Stan Lee Ditko Spider-Man, and then we never did again. Ah, that's not true.
Maybe
Far From Home has its moments.
yeah.
I like that movie still.
Maybe with their next one, their multiverse Venom movies when they'll nail it. That's what I'll and it'll get back to basics. It's gonna do both. It'll be a street level. It'll be a street level
Street
multiverse
Lover.
Venom. Street Lover.
Did
Yeah.
you hear that Venom 3 has made like 400 million at the box office?
Yeah.
And Cap
I
was
don't know
confused
why.
that I was like, people weren't expecting like a good movie at this point. We're 3 movies in. People know what they're going for.
Yeah.
I will forever, however, take pleasure in the fact that Venom 3 will be a bigger success than Joker 2.
I mean, I guess Joker 2 is a better movie.
Yeah, but I think it's funny. Like, that part of me is
Mhm.
just like, fuck you. You didn't make a
I,
Joker movie.
I don't think they made a Venom movie.
No. Well, I mean, I haven't seen Venom 3, but like, those movies are kind of the perfect adaptation of those really shitty 90s like comics that they did.
Dude, this isn't hyperbole. In terms of like him in his Venom form, like fighting people, that happens like twice in that movie.
Jesus.
In the beginning and the end. That's not hyperbole. Oh, those are gross.
Apparently, Netflix is having problems with all the people trying to watch this stupid fucking fight.
that that's good. I hope people watching that are having a miserable experience right
My big worry
now.
is because they're going to be taking over WWE stuff starting in January. If they can't handle this, what's going to happen when they have to do WrestleMania? Because that is going to be bigger than.
So, is this culturally insensitive? Is this accurate shaman representation? I don't know.
I don't know, and I don't give a fuck.
At least we cast people of color in these roles. At least we got that right.
Yeah, no. If this was made like 40 years ago, that'd be like Sean Connery or.
If it was Ted Raimi, we'd give it a pass.
Yeah, no, I would unironically love the shit out of it.
I do think the show slows down a little bit for these next couple episodes, but we still get some fun moments. I think Ash's acid trip is very entertaining.
It is. They're doing that one trope that I am so beyond sick and tired of. Oh, this character isn't acting like themselves, but nobody notices.
Yeah, to be fair, I mean we're in episode 4. We're still pretty early on.
No, I know. I can't help the fact that I've watched a lot of genre stuff,
Hmm.
and this is something that I've seen done to death.
Also, and now Pablo's genius who can make a robot hand. That's fine.
It's fine.
That's just consistent with this universe. Maybe this is a universe where robotics are just way more advanced than ours. It's that in demon evil books. Those are the two things that make it different. Also, bringing back Ash's hand was such a cool choice and completely surprised me.
Yeah, no, that was awesome. And what we do with it is insane to the best. Uh,
I love that
oh
it's a
shit!
real
I
little
love her
mechanical hand.
reaction. Oh, I think you might be a couple seconds ahead.
Yeah, probably.
She
And
just
again,
reacted to the hand. That's why I was like, oh shit.
it's a callback that's not annoying. It's not forced. It's like, oh yeah, the hand just disappeared at the end of that movie. We never knew what happened to it. That just, if you're gonna make
They
this a
kind of,
show, that's a thing that makes sense to bring back and do something.
I kind of always
It's not
assumed they got sucked
forced.
back in time.
Yeah, we just don't see what happens to it.
Robert, when we finish Evil Dead, or fuck me, when we finish Resident Evil 2, because that's the next game we have to play, after that we should do Evil Dead Regeneration. That is a what
Ooh,
if.
okay.
In that one, he never goes back in time and ends up getting arrested because people think that he murdered everyone at the cabin.
I mean, maybe that's still canon to this because when we go to the cabin later in this show, it's not all destroyed and fucked up like it is at the end of Evil Dead 2.
Well, the only thing is the Ted Raimi isn't playing a midget Deadite in this, so it can't be canon. Cause
Oh. But Ted Raimi also plays like 20 characters in this universe. It's fine.
This is really the Ted Raimi cinematic universe.
Yep.
This is disgusting.
It's pretty gross. Don't eat the eyeball, Brujo.
Also, after having seen Scare, I think it's Scary Movie 4, I can't be upset at this. That might be one of the most insensitive, like, I hate that I find this funny gags. Do you know about that one?
No.
So that one's doing The Grudge, and the Grudge boy speaks Japanese at Cindy, and Cindy speaks it back by just saying random like Japanese brands.
Oh, okay. Yeah, yeah.
Like she makes a sentence out of Mitsubishi, Honda, etc.
I love this montage. It's all stuff that Ash cares about, and it's so horny. You get 80s workout videos, you get everything.
Do you feel the Jacksonville thing is too much of a retcon?
I love it. I've always liked the Jacksonville, Florida gag.
Mm-hmm. Hey, there was some wrestling in there for a second.
Yeah.
No, this is just like a super creative, like this is what Black Panther is trying to do in that one scene where he like visits with his ancestors.
Yeah, it's just on a green screen. No,
It does have my
this is
favorite like Chadwick Boseman moment as Black Panther though. I
Mhm.
forget what they say, but then he's like, "No, you are wrong."
wrong. I like these scarecrow ashes. It's such a weird visual, but it is kind of creepy.
No, it's great. And I don't know who the other people are supposed to be.
They're baghead ash. No, I like the Jacksonville thing because it establishes that, oh, that's where him and Linda were gonna go next after the cabin trip. And it's the place he never got to go. So in his mind, it's like this angelic, perfect place. I think it's funny. A place so perfect they named it Jacksonville.
First and thinking of free your mind and your ass will follow.
These guys would have been some fun enemies in the game. It's just minions you fight, just cannon fodder. Jacksonville, Florida.
Worst green screen.
It's terrible, but in this scene, it's fine because it's an acid trip.
No, I love it.
And every season does this. There's at least one episode where we give them an excuse to let Bruce Campbell use both of his hands. Every season does it. Because at least the like the robot hands, they're just a glove that he's wearing. But that stump thing he's been wearing for most of this episode, I know Bruce Campbell hated wearing that. He said it was so uncomfortable.
That must be why they came up with this robot hand.
Oh yeah, and it's a Army of Darkness callback without having to literally be the Army of Darkness robot hand. But it's the same idea. Like I said, I'm guessing robotics are just way more advanced in this universe. So it's like, oh yeah, they teach kids that in like the 5th grade.
I mean, I
People
also
just
buy
have
that the
robot
nerdy
ones.
kid that works at a like the electronics store can whip up something.
Yeah, that helps it. Also, we talked over it earlier, but I love that that our initial reveal of the Necronomicon is it being in a box under a stack of Playboys. His trailer.
I will say, even though I'm kind of over the whole like possession gimmick, I do like that Kelly gets her own episode relatively early.
Oh yeah. And Demon Kelly looks really cool with the black eyes.
Yeah,
The evil eyes.
the evil. It is taken Kelly. Honestly, the worst part about the Retro Realms game is that you can't play as Loomis.
Ah, yeah. It's fortunate.
That's what I would have done. Screw Lori. She's not even. She's not the protagonist. Loomis is.
I'm of two minds about this because Pablo's seen enough at this point that he should be more suspicious, but they're both so good, I can let it slide.
I'd buy it after a certain point because poor boy just really wants to bang her,
He really does.
and we never pay this off.
I forget. Do we get a Pablo Kelly kiss scene in season 3? I don't remember.
No, the closest we get is just her being like jealous whenever he has a girlfriend. Like we were
Mhm.
building to something.
Yeah, but it's one of those things where kind of fine either way. I like
Which
them
is kind
enough
of
as.
funny because I guess if you look up this actor, he's gay in real life.
Oh, I didn't know that.
I didn't either, uh,
Hmm.
but he plays it in such a way that I believe that he really does have feelings for this girl.
Mhm. And it's very typical TV thing. Like, of course, you want them to get together because it's what we do in these shows. But whether they ever do or not, I like them enough as individuals and as friends that like I'm kind of cool with it either way. I like them both as friends and potentially as a couple.
I don't care how it ends. I would just like a resolution. It's
That's
just
fair.
kind of left hanging in the air because remember in season 3, she kind of goes off and does her own thing. Because, like I said, I
Mm,
really feel like, especially in 3, we just didn't know what to do with Kelly anymore.
yeah.
And then she dies, and it's a really weird story. Spirevere. I'm looking for the series in Italian. I
No,
would
good
assume.
luck. I don't know.
I would assume it's
Eh,
localized in multiple
Yeah,
languages.
I don't. Is this streaming somewhere, or do you have to purchase it currently? Because
Let's
I'm
find,
watching this on Blu-ray.
let's find out.
And on the Blu-rays, their language options are pretty limited. On digital, you probably have more variety.
It is not streaming anywhere. That is shocking.
Like I said, it was really popular on Netflix for a long time.
I know. I remember there was a big thing where they took it off Netflix. Isn't there a thing with one of the where stars didn't really want to play ball with something that they wanted to do?
Probably. This is one of those episodes where, in hindsight, it makes me feel dumb because on first viewing, it's like, oh, cool, we're seeing him in the cabin. Like that's kind of nice that we get this hallucination sequence where we're in the cabin for a second. I shouldn't have been surprised that we literally go to the cabin this season. They wouldn't have built that set just for that one scene.
Yeah.
Of course, they used that cabin set as much as they possibly could.
It looks like on Voodoo it is only in English.
Oh, that's unfortunate and annoying.
I do wonder if that is one of those things because I don't know if like Stars is available overseas. Maybe they just don't bother.
Probably not. Yeah. Yeah, your best shot would probably be just purchasing this on YouTube and just turning on the captions. Like, it would probably be shitty, but it would be better than nothing. I do like talking Eli. And he has creepy human teeth. It's very uncomfortable. And little Lori's back. That's fun.
The Italian title for the first season of Ash vs. Evil Dead is Ash vs. Evil Dead Prima Stagione. You can buy the Italian DVD on eBay.
Okay, cool. Hope that's not horribly expensive.
About $75 plus shipping on
Yikes.
eBay. So it does exist. Unless it's just the title is Italian and you just watch it, it's just the English.
I know.
English dub.
Or it's
What?
like just subtitles.
This is also I complained about this when we did Evil Dead 2, is where this is where this series willing to kind of push the limits of like disbelief annoys me because for some reason they're gonna believe Ash is the one that's possessed.
To be fair, I mean, they did just walk in on him choking Kelly. They have limited information.
Yeah, but I would think the Brujo would know better.
I feel like this episode and the next one could have probably been combined into one, or could have just been an extended episode, because this is where we do slow down a little bit, but it's not too bad.
All right, well, that was season 1, episode 4, Brujo. Robert, are you feeling Brujo-y?
If good, then yes.
If you're watching this after fact, thank you for watching. Please consider hitting the subscribe button, and we'll see you guys next time.